Gordon, the former Labour Prime Minister, has set out proposals for a united Scotland and pledged the promises made on further devolution would be delivered. At a speech in Fife, a day after Scotland voted to remain part of the Union, Mr Brown said, "There is a time to fight but there is a time to unite, and this is the time for Scotland to unite and see if it can find common purpose and move from the battleground to the common ground, and let us seek to find high ground in trying to find a way forward for the future." The former Labour leader, whose intervention in the referendum campaign has been credited with helping to secure the no vote, added, "I am sure we can find ways to unify against the odds. Today I want to set out proposals that might be discussed across the country that might unite this country around a set of common causes we can all endorse." Yes and no campaigners. The eyes of the world have been upon us, and now I think the eyes of the world are on the leaders of the major parties of the United Kingdom. These are men who have been promise makers and they will not be promise breakers. I will ensure that as a promise keeper that these promises that have been made will be upheld. We will lock in today the promises that have been made and why the timetable we set out will be delivered. Action has already been taken to make sure that happens. The biggest victim of the referendum battle was Alex Salmond, who announced hours after the result that he would quit as First Minister and Scottish National Party leader. Mr Brown praised the First Minister for his years of service and said the people of Scotland owed him a debt of gratitude. In a passionate speech, Mr Brown added, immediately after the referendum, in discussions with the leaders of the parties, lock-in Measure 1 was taken. A resolution that is issued today, was submitted, that will be placed in the House of Commons on Monday. And that resolution is signed by all three leaders of the main political parties, the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition. And I have signed that resolution as well, the four of us. We have set down a timetable that is absolutely clear. We have set down a timetable that is absolutely clear. That a command paper will be published by the end of October, that the heads of agreement between the parties and further devolution will come in November, and that the draft legislation, the laws that will form the Scotland Bill and eventually the Scotland Act, will be ready by the end of January. If you like, by St Andrew's Day the heads of agreement, and by Burns Day the laws that we will then enact for the future of the country. Mr Brown said, second, what we can call lock-in Measure 2, having taken the unusual step of approaching the civil service, I have a direct assurance that while September 18th was decision day, September 19th was delivery day, and today, September 20th, is delivery day, and every day thereafter is delivery day until a new Scotland Act comes into being, to ensure the timetable is honoured and upheld. But third, what I will call lock-in Measure 3, to ensure proper scrutiny of the I will lead a debate in the House of